At first I thought it was just the latest clickbait story, bear attacks all over Japan. Turns out it's a real problem. On Mount Daisen-gen in Hokkaido, a college student was attacked and killed by a bear. 3 firefighters out looking for the student were also attacked by the same bear. One of the firefighters was carrying a knife, managed to fight off the bear, stabbing it in the face and neck. The bear ran off and died, and the body of the student was found nearby. According to the Ministry of the Environment, 180 people have been attacked by bears this year alone, 5 of those resulting in fatalities. This is the worst year on record since they first started collecting data in 1993. So how did we get here? Abundant food, a subsequent food shortage, ghost towns, lockdowns, and backlash against hunters. This is one of the main culprits, the beech nut. 4 years ago, there was a bumper crop. And this overabundance of food meant that more bears were able to breed. It's a commonly held belief that bears in Japan are close to extinction. However, according to a recent report published by the Yomiuri Shimbun, a Japanese newspaper, the population of black bears increased from 15,000 in 2012 to 44,000 in 2023. And the brown bear population has doubled since 1990 and is estimated at 11,700 bears. This leads us to 2023, the worst beech nut harvest in 4 years, causing bears to venture out in search of more sources of food. Now, larger and older bears live in the mountains, and the younger bears live in the foothills. But as the larger bears lack food, they move into the foothills, pushing the smaller bears into the town. In Miyako City, Iwate Prefecture, 6 bears waltzed into a dairy farm and ate all the food that was meant for the dairy cows. Fortunately, no cows were injured during this incident. In Kurihara City, Miyagi Prefecture, bears have been caught on security cameras going into chicken farms, tipping over 30-kilogram barrels of food and eating all the contents. There's a tendency to blame humans for moving into the bears' territory, causing them to retaliate. However, it's well documented that young people, more and more, are moving into bigger cities, out of the small towns, leaving empty homes and elderly behind. And because everybody stayed inside during the lockdown, there's an entire generation of bears that are not even afraid of humans. Empty homes called akiya attract bears because the trees around them are not maintained. Bears love persimmons, and a lot of those persimmons are not being picked because the elderly people just can't get to them. So some towns have even resorted to cutting down those trees in an effort to keep the bears away. Japan has very strict gun laws. Very few people have a hunting rifle, and younger people are just not interested. That leaves elderly men to go out and try to cull the bears that are attacking people and cattle. But there's a big problem. They only get paid about 6,000 yen for 4 hours of work. That's about $10 an hour. Now, who in their right mind would risk their life for $10 an hour? They're basically volunteers at this point, and there's heavy backlash from the citizens who feel bad for the bears. And I understand. But these are not cute, cuddly teddy bears. They're hungry monsters that are faster and stronger than you with claws that can rip through your flesh. And if they think you're going after their cubs, they get even more vicious. So what kind of bears do we have in Japan? Now, most of the black bears live in the northeast part of Honshu, the main island, and some live on Shikoku, in the south. They're primarily vegetarians, subsisting on roots, nuts, and berries. They can weigh as much as 130 kilograms or 286 pounds. Full-grown adults can be as tall as 130 centimeters or 5.5 feet tall. Their claws can grow to 3 centimeters or 1.25 inches. But that's not even the scariest thing. They can run at speeds of 50 kilometers or 30 miles per hour. Brown bears live in Hokkaido, and they're larger than the black bears on Honshu, the main island. They're kind of similar to the Kodiak, but not exactly. They can weigh between 400 kilograms or 880 pounds or 550 kilograms or 1,210 pounds. And they reach an average height of 2.3 meters or 7.5 feet tall. They're omnivores, and they will eat meat as they get ready to hibernate. In fact, in August, their diet consists about 28% salmon, but they do attack cattle. In Nemuro City, Hokkaido, there have been 55 attacks on cattle, 26 of them fatal. So how do I stay safe? First of all, I'm not a bear expert, not even close. In fact, I rarely even go hiking. But there are a few common sense things you can do to stay safe. First of all, stay alert. You're out hiking, ditch the smartphone and the earbuds, and pay attention to your surroundings. And you don't even have to read Japanese to know what this means. Avoid abandoned homes. Bears could be holding up in there. Avoid persimmon trees because bears love persimmons. If you go camping, don't leave food out, and definitely don't try to feed them. And if you love your pets, and I know you do, don't take them when you go hiking. Their scents and sounds can attract bears. And if you see bear tracks, note which way the claws are pointing and go the opposite way. Baby bears might be cute, but this is not the time to take photographs. That just means that mama bear's close by, and they're very protective and very vicious when they think you're going to hurt their cubs. Now, if you see a bear and it doesn't notice you, slowly back away, get as far away as possible. If it sees you, don't run. Bears have an instinct to chase anything that runs. Now don't make eye contact, but keep your eye on the bear and slowly back away. Now, heaven forbid, worst case scenario, if a bear does attack you, don't try to outrun it. It will chase you down. Get on the ground in a fetal position, legs tucked underneath you, put your hand over your neck, try to use your backpack as a shield. Let's hope you don't have to use that. But do some research before you go out hiking and learn more than I can tell you in a video. Now, I don't want to be all doom and gloom. Even though your chances of winning a wrestling match with a bear are slim to none, there's still many amazing places to visit in Japan. Now, I plan on staying in Tokyo and enjoying the Christmas lights, and you can do that in my next video.